Hey guys, welcome back. We are continuing our lessons with measuring angles. Yesterday we looked at all angles and we started exactly at 0, right? And we used the protractor and we were able to see what size angles we were dealing with. Today we're going to take it up a step further and get a little bit more difficult, and I'm going to show you how to use the protractor to measure angles that don't start at 0. So let me kind of show you an example of kind of where I want to take you, and then we will dive into the math together. So for example, this is a different type of example. Let's say someone asked you to take this paper clip and they want to know how long it is in centimeters. Well, if I'm going to measure something, right, I typically need to always start at 0. And if I put this paper clip right on here, I could see that it is 5 centimeters long, right? But, so this paper clip, I'm just going to write down so we don't forget, 5 centimeters. But let's say my ruler that I'm using is broken. Could I still use this piece of the ruler to measure my paper clip? Sure, yeah, you could. It for sure would still work, but we just have to use it differently. So I can't start it at 0 now because I've got a broken ruler, but I can start it at any number. So I'm going to lay it at the very beginning of one of these. So let's say it's here. So this one, it goes from 12 to 17. Now this paper clip, it's ending at 17 centimeters. Now, does this mean this paper clip is 17 centimeters long? Gosh, no, that would be the largest paper clip ever, right? This, because it ends at 17, doesn't mean it's 17 centimeters long. What you're going to have to do with something like this is that we are going to use it kind of like a number line now. So if I start at 12, I'm just going to kind of skip hop, right? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can still tell that this is 5 centimeters. Or I could have done, okay, it started at 12 and then it went all the way to 17. What's 12 to get to 17? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right, is 5 centimeters. So we're going to use this type of concept of like continuing on with a number line, but when it comes to counting angles. So look, here is an example. Let me get it right here. So take this. Let me zoom in. Here we go. So I first want to think to myself, okay, what kind of angle is this? Is it acute? Is it a right angle? Or is it obtuse? So just think to yourself, acute, right, or obtuse. Don't look at any of the numbers or anything of this angle, just think. All right, right here, is it acute, right, or obtuse? Well, you should be able to tell, but I'm going to check with my sticky note just in case. Look, my sticky note is a right angle and it completely covers it up no matter which kind of way I use it, right? My sticky note is too big. So this is an acute angle. So that means I know it's going to be less than 90 degrees. Well, now let's take a look. It's not starting at 0, so I can't look at these numbers and say, oh, this is 120 degrees, or this is 60 degrees, or this is a 90-degree angle. It's not going to work that way because it's not starting at 0. So what we're going to do, just like what we had to do with the paper clip when we went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we're just going to use this as a number line and count on. So it's starting exactly at a 90. And if you notice, this jumps by tens, just kind of like our centimeter ruler did. So this is 10, right? 90 to 100 is 10. 100 to 100 is 20. It's counting by tens. 10, 20, 30. Or this is 10 plus 10 plus 10. So if I'm just using this as a number line, 10 plus 10 plus 10, this is a 30-degree angle. And that does match what I thought it was going to be. Acute, less than 90, 30 degrees is less than 90. That does work out. All right, does that make sense? Let's look at another one. Okay, how about this one? Okay, first think to yourself, is this acute, right, or obtuse? Grab your sticky note and check it if you need to. So you should have already checked it on the screen. I'm going to check it now. This is still, I still think this is acute. My sticky note is still larger than this angle. It covers it up. So this is again going to be another acute, which means it's going to be less than 90 degrees. And we're going to just use it as a number line. You can start on either side. I'll still start over here. So it looks like it's starting exactly at 90 again. So from here to here is 10. From here to here is 10. Here to here is 10. Right? From here to here is 10. From here to here is 10. And from here to here is 10. So how many is that? Count by tens with me. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So this one is 60 degrees. That does match what I thought about it being acute, less than 90. So that is a reasonable answer. Again, you're using it as a number line, just continuing to count on. I've got a couple more examples I want us to look at. All right, let's try this last one. Okay, this one, think to yourself before we start, acute, right, or obtuse. Check it with your sticky note if you need to. Look, this one is different. This one looks to me like it's going to be obtuse, right? This is a big angle. So if this one is obtuse, that means my answer should be more than 90 degrees. All right, let's count on. So I'm going to count by tens, start on this side. So from here to here, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Got to keep going. 110, 120. So we have this angle, I believe it to be 120 degrees. That does check out to be more than 90 degrees, so it does seem like a reasonable answer to me. All right, so a lot of the angles today that you're going to be looking at don't start at 0 like the ones we did yesterday. A lot of them today are going to be kind of in between like this, and you're going to have to be able to count like a number line to see what the size of the angle is. But before you always measure or count, I want you thinking about reasonableness. Okay, get your sticky note, get your index card to check to make sure you have a good idea before you start with numbers of is it acute, right, or obtuse, because that will give you a good gauge of making sure your answer is correct at the end. If I did all of this and I got something that was less than 90, then I know I made a mistake somewhere, you know? So always check to yourself, is it acute, right, or obtuse, and that will give you a good head start when you're dealing with measuring angles.